guys, today we are super excited because we are into season 2 of Let's Get It In with Chef Carine Merritt. I'm so excited that we're back. It's been 3 years.
Wow, it does not feel like that long.
3 years since the first episode. 3 years since the first episode. The beautiful Alisha Collins is here. And she was actually my first guest on my first episode in my first season. So we're going to be catching up with Alisha today to find out where she is today, you know, what's different, what's new. And before we do all of that, we're going to eat some delicious oxtail because this is what Alisha picked off of the menu.
I sure
She
did.
picked the oxtail meal. So today we have the oxtail, Caribbean style cabbage, and Spanish rice. So we are going to dig in. We're going to tear it up. Also, we have smoothies. So this season, instead of doing the adult drinks, we're going to be doing smoothies. So this smoothie is called a pink tropical smoothie. I love it because it's pink. So it has like a beautiful color. It has passion fruit. It has dragon fruit. It has pineapple. And it's really, really, really good. So if you want the recipe, let me know. But yeah, it's delicious if you want to take a sip. And we're gonna try out the oxtail.
Really good.
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
We're gonna try out the oxtail. You can move it a little. Don't let it run from you. We're gonna try out the oxtail.
I already know what it tastes like.
She already know what it tastes like because she already had it before. But you know, I'm gonna make sure I still got it. So let me know how you feel, how it tastes. If it's tender.
Very tender. If y'all could taste this right now, it's absolutely perfect. This is exactly why I asked for this.
Yes, it's so good. Thank you. I'm so happy you love it. We didn't say you loved it, but
No, I
I'm
love
happy you
it.
like it.
I love it.
All right, guys. So what we're gonna do is finish eating. We're gonna chat for a little bit, and then we'll be right back with you guys and get this interview started so we can find out what Alisha is up to after 3 years. Okay? We'll be back. All right, guys. So we are back. We finished our meals. It was delicious.
Delicious.
I didn't eat anything all day, and you agreed. You didn't eat anything all day, so it was absolutely necessary before we got this started. We got some information to find out from Alisha here.
Okay.
So yes, our first interview was 2020, March 2020, which is unbelievable. It's been a long time. So now that we're in 2023, I know you have the Leash Agency. I know you have Beef and Finesse.
Yes.
And you're like really rolling them out and you getting, you know, all your ideas going. So you want to tell us a little bit about both and, you know, where we are now and where you plan to be in maybe the next 3 years.
Okay, yeah. So I'll start with the Leash Agency. So for the Leash Agency, I kind of decided to take it on a little turn, kind of focusing more on branding and management. And just staying along that course. There's a lot of like creative agencies popping up, and you know, I like to stay in my own lane. Of course, I specialize in creatives. However, I want to like just start to think about other lanes for me. So for the Leash Agency, that's where I've been going more in that direction. Management, branding. Even though I always say like I don't build brands, I build lifestyles, because I feel like, you know, your brand is your lifestyle, so you have to really know how to build that. So
very true.
That's the Leash Agency. And so with the Beef and Finesse platform, that's my women's platform that I use to promote, uplift, educate, inspire.
Yes, I love it. I love
it. I want to do more with it. And now that my time has freed up to do more with it, I feel like now is the time.
Yeah,
so,
this is the girl. This is the time for whatever. I feel like this is the time for everyone to really tap into like their creative side and do all the things, all the gifts that God gave you. Use it. Use it. This is the time. And I think because so many crazy things have been happening back to back, it's like nothing is promised for tomorrow. So like I'm gonna do. That's why I love tomorrow. Like it's just we gotta get it going. We gotta get it together. And we gotta really get those ideas that we've been putting on the back burner for God knows how long, like really getting them things out there, because why would you want to keep all your talents to yourself?
Right.
Like Denzel Washington said something like you perfect your craft and then you share it, like something along those lines. And it's true. It's like you perfect your craft and then you share it with the world.
I love that.
And that's what it's all about. That's pretty much why I feel like people get started and then they forget that along the way. Like, what was the reason they started?
Right.
So I'm happy to hear that. That's so good, because I know in the beginning you were kind of like trying to decide which lane or kind of direction you wanted to go with it. So it's good to hear that you're getting like the foundation and the basis of how you want to do it. So is there any brands or any like collaborations that you're doing right now that you want to shout out and you want to kind of promote and put out there that you're that you're loving and messing with
for sure? Okay, so one of my newest brands I've been working with that I absolutely love is CAFE+CZEN. I'm wearing the hat.
Ooh, very nice.
I converted it a little bit. It wasn't like this, but
yeah, I mean, girl, it's your style, whatever,
Yeah, so that brand is really dope. The owner, he's super creative, original, and we work often together just behind the scenes towards what his goals are. So, that's really fulfilling, learning as I go with that, seeing how much he's just come, like how far he's come on his own with the brand is just amazing. And then I think like there's a few other brands that I just started working with too that's pushing me in like my manager roles. They're in the music industry, so it's a little different for me. I've always like stayed in fashion. I felt like that was my lane, but now I don't really have a lane.
You don't really need a lane, and that's the thing, and that's like obviously the basis of this is food, but I'm rolling out the fashion too. So like that's why I want to know, like, what hat are you wearing? What clothes, what jean jacket, whatever you're wearing. Like I want to know, because what a lot of people don't realize is everybody in a way is a model. Regardless of what you have on, somebody made that. Somebody took the time to make that shirt, no matter how dingy or holy it is, or whatever. It's somebody made it. Somebody somewhere made it. And it's just a good way to express yourself. Right. You know what I mean? I've always been into fashion.
As you can see.
Thank you. Sorry. So yes, I've always enjoyed it. I've been doing, as you know, modeling and all of that since from a very young age. So that's always been something I'm into. So that's amazing. I'm happy that you're doing this collaboration.
Thank you.
And you're expanding and just out of your comfort zone, getting out of your comfort zone and just trying. I love it here. Thank you. Yes, it is a beautiful place to be when you don't feel like you're bound to any like specific way of living or like specific place or person or whatever the case is, especially when it comes to business.
I can't grow in my comfort zone. So if I'm comfortable, if I'm too comfortable, I start actually getting uncomfortable, if that makes sense. Yes. So I'm like, I'm always looking for ways to shift. And I like to keep myself challenged. I like to feel like I'm not too stagnant. I want to learn more, do more, put myself in areas that I'm not used to. Because there's parts of my brain I want to open up and use that I have never used before.
Yes, because that's the perfect way to put it. It's like when you do new things, you open up different parts of your brain that you don't even know is there. Like, wow, I didn't think, like I was just telling you, I'm just starting to learn the guitar. And it's like I want to learn that. I want to open that part of my brain to learn music. And I haven't done music in a long time, so I want to definitely get into that. So I remember also you had been to a lot of different cities the last time that we sat down. So I'm wondering, did you go to any new cities? Like, did you have any like, I guess, bucket list places that you wanted to go to that you were able to go to within those 3 years? Or
I hit some bucket list. I hit some bucket list goals. One of the brands that I had told myself in my Instagram page, I was like, I'm going to work with Claire Summers. I just knew it. So to have accomplished that, I want to say a few years ago is when I finally officially met her and started working with the team.
Nice.
Fashion Bomb Daily, shout out to you.
Fashion Bomb Daily, hey, how you doing?
It's been a wonderful experience. So like, She does most of her stuff in New York.
Mm-hmm.
So the past few events that they've had, I've been able to go to New York, be a part of the behind the scenes.
Like New York City, like the borough. New York City, you already know. If you don't know, I am from Jamaica, Queens. So, you know, gotta represent the 5 boroughs. So Manhattan was definitely my old stomping grounds. I love Manhattan. It's a beautiful city. It's a beautiful borough in a beautiful city.
Well, she normally does everything right in Manhattan. It's
Nice.
usually like some sophisticated, nice thing. The last event was on a rooftop. Fashion shows, award shows. So it was a fun experience, and I would definitely call that a bucket list item because for me to have said that I was going to do it and then I did it.
Yes.
I was
That's the best. Isn't that the best? Like when you set that goal and then you look back like, this was one of my goals and I really did it. Like I really accomplished it. It's amazing. I love that.
And the fact that I actually put it on my Instagram in a caption, I was like, I love the fact that I was able to go back and say, oh my God, I forgot that I said that. And I was like, wow, I put that out there.
Isn't that insane?
Yeah.
That is insane because a lot of times, like, when people want to, like, post things, they're, like, they're skeptical on like you know, posting stuff because they feel like, you know, what if I don't get enough likes or whatever the case is. But what it comes down to is stuff like that is a perfect example of why you should post it. Even if it's for like just your personal like go back, you get to refer back to it because when there was a time when I wasn't on social media, I just wasn't messing with it and I was only on it to kind of like look at my history. I was able to go back to my very first post and just be like, yo, I remember this and so doing it, even if it's like a personal diary, video diary, that's a good idea too.
And I want to say one more thing, like so literally on my way here, this is no cap, this happened. I was sitting there in the car and I'm like, every single thing that I said I was gonna do, I did it. Only because sometimes songs help me like pinpoint times in my life. So that Lil Wayne song with The Weeknd, I'm Good. And he put that part in the song where he was like, everything I said I'd do, I did. So that part for me, I was thinking like everything I said I do, I did. I said I would do it and I did it. So
that is amazing.
I realized like that's power in saying stuff like out loud, whether I wrote it down or I said it. I'm like, I gotta start doing that more. Because it's actually working. I sat back and reflected. I'm like, I have to keep doing this.
Literally it works. It really works. And that's why you gotta be, that's the end. Be careful what you ask for is so true. Because the thing is, you ask for it, then you get it. Now what? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you ask for something, you got to be prepared for when it actually comes. And I feel like that's also another thing that, you know, people, like entrepreneurs especially, it's like if you want it, you have to be prepared for when it comes. Because when that shit comes, you got to put in the work. You know, you got to do what you got to do. So I'm glad that and I know one of your goals also, because I look back at the first video. So I referred back to a few of the questions just to kind of see, you know, compare, see where you at. Because I know the first one you also said that you wanted to work with Fenty. Now we're going to your goals. Have you attempted to reach out to my girl Rihanna? Because, you know, we all know that I love her so much.
And we know that. So, with that goal, I ended up like climbing to the top of the ladder because I discovered, you know, because there's Fenty Beauty and then there's the Fenty, the Savage, and then there's the Fenty Court. So I'm like, I don't want the Fenty Beauty or I don't want the Savage. I was like, I'm gonna go straight to the Court. So when I did that, I was able to find like the higher ups and I reached out and as funny as it sounds, like every single platform I reached out on, believe it or not, I heard back from a DM on Pinterest. I don't even know if they call that like a DM. It's like a message. So I found the art director and I messaged her and she was like, okay, hit me up, and she gave me her email address. And so even though there were no open or available roles at that time, I kind of felt like that was kind of a notch of accomplishment because I reached that connection.
Absolutely.
It's very hard to reach a connection up there.
Absolutely. So you do what you had to do, okay? You made the calls, and that's when I say hard work, that's the type of thing I'm talking about. Even if it's as simple as making a few calls, the average person just wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The average person would just be like, that's too much.
She said that to me.
Yeah,
she was
they
like,
just don't.
you were very persistent. She was like, don't stop that because people don't do that.
They
I'm
don't.
Like, okay.
It's very true. It's very true. Like, and you know, you don't really realize it until you're literally doing it and somebody says something.
Yeah.
Like, they're like, keep that go-getter attitude.
And I'm a persistent person, so she wasn't
Me
telling me
too.
nothing. I'm like, oh, I was gonna keep reaching out anyway. But the fact that she noticed that, I was like, okay, I like that you see the effort I put in, because I'm the type, I'm gonna hit you up on here. Oh, you didn't answer on there, I'm gonna hit you up on here. Pretty much like just always be persistent in your goals and getting what you want.
Yes, it is definitely key, a major key. So that's really good. That's really, really amazing. And I'm happy that even though you didn't, you know, fully get to that goal, like that specific goal, you made the breadcrumbs.
Yeah.
You know, you drop little breadcrumbs along the way just so you could know, you know, at least you're getting somewhere.
Yeah.
Which is what it's all about. It's all about progress and growth.
Yeah.
So I'm very happy to hear that. So I also wanted to ask you, one of your latest posts talked about rolling out one big piece of the puzzle with the Hood Oprah vision.
Mm-hmm.
Can you expand a little bit on that? Because I know for a while you've been talking about the Hood Oprah vision that you've had, and I love that name, by the way.
Thank you.
And so what inspired you to do Hood Oprah? What inspired you to do
Okay, so first of all, I want to give you your flowers because of the, you know, research that you put in to asking me these questions.
Thank you.
That was very impressive that you just like noticed that, you know. So just that's a wonderful thing that you added in, just making sure you know what I have going on. And I love that question.
Yes, of course.
So for Hood Oprah, to me, it's pretty much playing off the fact that, you know, Oprah being the philanthropist that she is and being able to change so many people's lives. I always love that she would be like, you get a car, you get a car, you get a car. You know, she had that aspect, and then she was also a TV show host. She has a magazine. Those are like literally all the things that I want to have for myself. Yeah. So the hood part is just, you know, that's just who I am.
Yeah, that's it.
You know, my disposition is very like, you know, I'm business, but I have that hood part of me.
Yes. You know what? I'll say it by Janelle Monáe.
Yes.
Is that Janelle Monáe? Yes. What she said, I come in peace, but I mean business.
Right.
Like, I come in peace and I'm cool, but, you know, we got things to do.
Right.
We got a job to get done, so let's do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, you know, just saying that meant to me that there's like things that I'm rolling out, you know, just as I want to kind of keep that part of me alive, the philanthropic part. I really like aspire to be, you know, in that aspect of my life. So, you know, I have the magazine rolling out. I had the talk show that I just taped recently coming soon. So,
looking forward to that.
Yeah, it was like a lot of things that I just start rolling out. So I'm like, this is just little nuggets and little drops of hints of things that I want to kind of show the world that I am under the Hood Oprah umbrella.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, good. See, I told y'all the Hood Oprah vision, everything. I'm looking forward to everything, you know, falling into place exactly how you want it to fall. Because it's tough out here. It's tough out here trying to maneuver through all the things. You know, we all wear so many different hats. I feel like as in general in life, but especially entrepreneurs who are just trying to, especially when it's from the ground up.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's you got to try to figure out how is this brand gonna represent me? You know what I mean? And doing your best to make sure it does that. You know, make sure it reflects who you are and what you want to be remembered by. You know, because that matters. It matters a lot. That's going back to another little bit of research I was doing on you. You've been doing a whole lot of traveling and teaching. Double T's over here. A lot of T's. So you've been around to different cities and different states and just been doing your things and teaching other entrepreneurs how to get started and stay motivated. For your fellow entrepreneurs, what books or movies or shows would you recommend for anybody who's thinking of starting their own business or becoming an entrepreneur?
Okay, so for books, I've been going to the Goodwill with my grandma lately, And instead of like rummaging through the clothes and the electronics section, which I love, I really found a new liking for like the book section. So lately I've seen like textbooks, like actual school textbooks.
Good idea.
There.
Yeah.
And I've been like really kind of just indulging in those and finding things related to what I do in business. So I found some marketing textbooks, and they're extremely helpful because the way they break them down is just like so.
That's
like,
such a good idea. Yeah.
Detailed. Yeah. So that's what I would recommend for textbooks. Also, for movies, more so of a show, I would recommend Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Okay.
Just
heard of it, never watched it.
Larry David. It's really a great show, light humor. But it's good for like that introvert, dry humor type. So just to kind of have that free, playful side, to bring out some more creative expression, I would recommend that show.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay. All right. So we have Curb Your Enthusiasm and textbooks.
Yeah.
So textbooks and curves. So try those.
Yeah.
Try those if you're an entrepreneur. See how that works out for you. Obviously with the textbooks, whatever's in your fields. And I'm definitely gonna have to look at that myself. Curb Your Enthusiasm. I heard of it, but I never actually watched it.
Yeah.
For me, I would have to say for a book, The Four Agreements.
Okay.
It's a pretty intense book, so you got to be ready for it. But it's definitely a must read. Have you watched it?
No.
Not watched it. Have you read it?
No.
Okay, so you definitely. You know what? I can let you borrow the book. I got it. I'll let you borrow it.
Okay.
But it's really good for like. I think more for like self-care, which I feel like is definitely a necessity when you're an entrepreneur. I mean, in business in general, but when you're an entrepreneur especially, that, making sure you take care of yourself, because we tend to wear so many hats, doing all the things, we kind of get a little overwhelmed. And the worst thing we want to do is burn out. So, trying to keep a level head and keep everything balanced is definitely key. So the Four Agreements. And for a movie, I would say Dolamite.
Okay.
Dolamite was very inspirational to me. It's a little, it's a little, if you watch it or saw it, then you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's a little extra, but I feel like the bottom line, like the foundation of like the actual storyline is really, really inspirational and really good. Basically showing him like getting rejected numerous times, but just kept going, and he just didn't care what anybody thought. He had his ideas and he kept to his guns, and he made sure he did what he needed to do to get the job done. So I love that movie. That's one of my go-tos. Also, The Princess and the Frog.
Okay, that is an amazing movie.
Right?
Yes.
It is so good. I love it. I love the way they did that too. So yeah, so those are what I would recommend if you're an entrepreneur and you just wanna, kind of get your juices boiling and bubbling and sometimes you lose that. You lose that spark, and you just don't want to, kind of asking why. Doing little things like reading books and watching movies or shows to kind of remind you, kind of center you, bring you back to present, to remind you that you're not alone. And there's a lot of other people going through it with you in the same boat.
And I would say too, like the Bible for me in the morning, I like to have a routine. So that's one book that I absolutely need, like as for a spiritual level. So it's always good to have that book that'll get you grounded spiritually. For me, it's the Bible. Just in the morning, making sure I meditate and get on the right path. Because without that, I don't even know where I'm going.
What is that for? Exactly. Do you? What about journaling? A yes or no on journaling?
I gotta start that more. So that's definitely a goal of mine. I use my phone right now, but I want to get more into like writing the vision, make it plain.
Yeah, I'm definitely into journaling. I love journaling so much. It's very therapeutic for me. It's helped me through a lot of situations. My goal now is a vision board. I've always said I wanted to do a vision board. I haven't done a vision board yet, so I definitely want to do that. But journaling is a big thing for me as far as like when it comes to self-care and staying like focused. Definitely suggest journaling too. Getting a nice book, a pen that's specifically for that, just your journal. Don't use that, Don't use that pen for anything else. Don't use that book for anything else. Use it specifically for your journaling. Whatever you gotta do to make it make sense. So yes, absolutely. That's definitely a go-to. I love your suggestions.
Yeah, thank you.
I'll also put that in the video, in the link below, so you guys can get an idea of some books and some movies that you guys can watch. And also in the comments, if you guys have any suggestions on some books that some fellow entrepreneurs can watch, share the love.
Put it in the comments.
Put it in the comments, and share with us some movies and books that you maybe recommend that we can read or watch.
Yes.
And because this season is all about food, fashion, equaling fire, we want to talk about what we have on today. I just want to say my topic from Rainbow. My bottom here that you guys can't really see is from FashionNova. I love FashionNova. I love Rainbow. And I feel like you can, get them for a very cheap but stylish. I love them. And what about you? What are you wearing today?
My hat is CAFE+CZEN, CAFE+CZEN.com.
Yeah, very nice.
My jacket is ASOS.com, and I would love to shout out TEAXBOX also for my bling.
Bling for real. That's so nice. And the dress.
And the dress is Shein. This is like it's a midi velvet dress.
Ooh, velvet. So I love me some velvet. So yes, this season we're definitely going to be shouting out the designers who make all these beautiful clothes, and the shops that sell them. So if you have any designs that you want me to wear on any of my episodes, just to kind of promote yourself, I'll be more than happy. If they're hoodies, hats, sweaters, whatever the case is, hit me up. I'll be more than happy to wear, your designs on one of my episodes. So again, thank you so much, Alisha, for sitting down with me. Thank you for inspiring us all to keep going and continuing to teach, because that's what it's all about, learning and teaching.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate you for that. Thank you all for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube. Make sure you follow all of my pages. Make sure you follow all of Alisha's pages, because we are multifaceted entrepreneurs.
Yes.
We have a lot of different lanes, so make sure you catch up on everywhere that we're at. Okay, thank you guys again for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.